Om Shanti. Today is Satgurubar, Thursday, the 20th of February 2025. On this Thursday morning, let us listen to the Sakar Murli from our beloved Bap Dada. Bap Dada, Madhuban. Essence. Sweet children, now donate the vices so that the omens are removed and this Tamopradhan world becomes Satopradhan. Let's hear the essence once again on this Thursday morning. Baba says, sweet children, now donate the vices so that the omens are removed and this Tamopradhan world becomes Satopradhan. Today's question is, which aspect should you children never become distressed about? In answer, Baba says, you should never become distressed with your life because this life has been praised as the life like a diamond. You have to take care of it. If you are healthy, continue to listen to this knowledge. However many days you continue to live here, Baba says, however many days you continue to live here, you will continue to earn an income and your accounts will be settled. Therefore, Baba gives us a direction to look after our lives in this Sangam Yuga. Let's hear the question and answer once again. Which aspect should you children never become distressed about? In answer, Baba says, you should never become distressed with your life because this life has been praised as the life like a diamond. You have to take care of it. If you are healthy, continue to listen to this knowledge. However many days you continue to live here, you will continue to earn an income and your accounts will be settled. Today's song is Salutations to Shiva, Om Shanti. Today is Thursday. You children say the day of the true Guru. So what do we children say for Thursday? We children say the day of the true Guru because he is the one who establishes the land of truth and he tells the story of the true Narayan in a practical way. Baba highlights the word practical way. So God is the one who establishes the land of truth and he tells the story of the true Narayan in a practical way, and that is why we say that Satgurubar is the day of the true Guru. He makes ordinary humans into Narayan. He is remembered as the bestower of salvation for all. He is also called the Lord of the Tree. Baba says this is the human world tree. It is called the Kalp tree. Cycle after cycle, that is, every 5,000 years, it repeats identically. A tree repeats as well. Baba says that a tree repeats as well. The plant grows for 6 months and then the gardeners uproot it and keep it aside. They then plant it again and it flowers. You children now know that we celebrate the father's birthday for half a cycle and that we then also forget it for half a cycle. So how is the Murli of yesterday linked to today? Yesterday, Baba was saying that we are all gardeners and it is our duty to produce a garden of wonderful flowers and then get those flowers in front of Baba. So today again Baba says that this is the human world tree. It is called the Kalp tree. Cycle after cycle, that is every 5,000 years, it repeats identically. A tree repeats as well. Baba says the plant grows for 6 months and then the gardeners uproot it and keep it aside. They then again plant it and it flowers. You children now know that we celebrate the father's birthday for half a cycle and that we then also forget it for half a cycle. On the path of devotion, we remember him for half a cycle. When will the father come and establish the garden of flowers? Baba says there are many omens. So there are signs that the Baba will come and establish the garden of flowers. Baba says there are the omens of Jupiter and then there are also the omens of the descending stage. At this time, the omens of Rahu have settled over Bharat. When the moon is eclipsed, they even call out, give a donation so that the omens are removed. Now the father says, donate these 5 vices so that the omens are removed. So it is not a question of giving a physical donation of cash or anything, Baba says donate these 5 vices so that the omens are removed, because at this time the omens of Rahu have settled over Bharat. Baba says the whole world has now become eclipsed. The 5 elements too have become eclipsed because they are Tamo Pradhan. Each and everything that is new definitely becomes old. New is called Sato Pradhan and old is called Tamo Pradhan. Even small children are called Sato Pradhan. They are considered to be more elevated than great souls because they don't have the 5 vices. So, even small children are called Sato Pradhan, and Baba says they are considered to be more elevated than great souls because they don't have the 5 vices. Sannyasis too perform devotion in childhood. For example, Ram Tirath was a devotee of Sri Krishna. Baba says when he adopted renunciation, he stopped worshipping him. Purity is needed on earth. So Baba says previously Bharat was the purest of all. Then, when the deities went on the path of sin, all the things of heaven, that is, the palaces of gold, etc., were destroyed by earthquakes, etc. They will be built afresh. Destruction will definitely take place. Baba says destruction definitely does take place. Calamities and upheaval take place when the kingdom of Ravan begins. At this time, all are impure. In the golden age, deities rule. Demons and deities have been shown battling, but deities only exist in the golden age. How can there be fighting there? There are no deities at the confluence. Your name is Pandavas. Pandavas and Kauravas don't fight one another. All of those things are tall stories. Therefore, Baba has clarified that Pandavas and Kauravas don't fight one another. All of those things are tall stories. The tree is so big. There are so many leaves. It is not possible to count them all. Is it possible to count the leaves of a tree? So, Baba says the tree is so big. There are so many leaves. It is not possible to count them all. The deities don't exist at the confluence. The Father sits here and explains to you souls. It is you souls who listen and nod your heads. I am a soul. Baba is teaching me. Make this firm. So, Baba says that I am a soul. Baba is teaching me. We should make this very firm as souls. The Father makes us pure from impure. It is souls who have good or bad sanskars. The soul says through his organs, Baba is teaching me. The Father says, I too need organs with which I can explain. The soul feels happy. The Father comes every 5,000 years to speak this knowledge to us. You are sitting in front of me. Only Madhuban is praised. He is the Father of souls. Everyone calls out to him. Baba says you enjoy sitting here directly in front of him, but not everyone can come and live here. You also have to see your business and work, etc. So, Baba says although everyone calls out to him, you also enjoy sitting here directly in front of him, but not everyone can come and live here, meaning in Madhuban. Baba says, in view of practicality, you also have to see to your business and work, etc. You souls come to the ocean. So, Madhuban is the ocean. Baba says you souls come to the ocean, you imbibe this knowledge, and then you have to go and relate it to others. Otherwise, how would you benefit others? So, even yesterday Baba had told that it is the job of us souls to impart this knowledge to others. Yogi and knowledgeable souls are interested in going to explain this to others. Now, Shiv Jayanti is to be celebrated. So, we must understand that 1 week later would be Shiv Jayanti. God speaks. God speaks cannot be said of Sri Krishna. He is a human being with divine virtues. That is called deityism. You children understand that the deity religion doesn't exist now and that it is now being established. You wouldn't say that you now belong to the deity religion. No, you now belong to the Brahmin religion. You are becoming those of the deity religion. The shadows of the deities cannot fall on this impure world. Deities cannot enter this world. A new world is needed for you. Baba says when they are to perform the worship of Lakshmi, they clean their houses so much. So, like every day, Baba keeps giving us practical examples. And here again, Baba is clarifying that the shadow of the deities cannot fall on this impure world. Deities cannot enter this world. A new world is needed for you. So, in practical, the same way, when they are to perform the worship of Lakshmi, they clean their houses so much. This world is also now going to be cleaned to a very great extent. The whole of this old world is going to end. Baba says people only ask Lakshmi for wealth. Who is greater, Lakshmi or Jagadamba? So, people say Amba. There are also many temples to Amba. Human beings don't know anything. You understand that Lakshmi is a master of heaven and that Jagadamba, who is also called Saraswati, is the same Jagadamba who then becomes this Lakshmi. So Baba says your status is more elevated than that of the deities. The Brahmin top knot is the highest of all. Why do we say that our status is the greatest, more than that of deities? Because it is only at the confluence age that we have the knowledge of the beginning, the middle and the end of the world. You are the highest of all. She is praised as Saraswati, Jagadamba. Baba says, what do you receive through her? The sovereignty of the world. There you are wealthy. You receive the kingdom of the world. Then you become poor and the path of devotion begins. So Baba is telling us about the Srishti Chakra or the world cycle. There, meaning in Satyug, you are wealthy. You receive the kingdom of the world. In fact, in Satyug, we receive the pralabdha for what we do over here. Then you become poor and the path of devotion begins. Then you remember Lakshmi. Every year Lakshmi is also worshipped. They invite Lakshmi to come every year. Baba says no one invites Jagadamba to come every year. After all, Jagadamba is worshipped constantly. They go to Amba's temple whenever they want to. Here too, you can meet Jagadamba anytime you want. Baba says you too are Jagadambas, meaning world mothers. Are you not? Baba asks us. How? Because Baba says you are the ones who show everyone the path to become the masters of the world. They go to Jagadamba and ask for everything. They only ask Lakshmi for wealth. They would put all their desires in front of her, that is Jagadamba. Now that you have come and become the Father's children, your status is therefore the highest of all. The Father gives you the inheritance. You are now the godly community. You will then become the deity community. Baba says at this time all the desires of your minds are fulfilled for the future. Human beings continue to have desires. All your desires are fulfilled. Baba says this is a devilish world. Look how they produce so many children. You children are given a vision of how Sri Krishna's birth takes place in the golden age. So, Baba says you children are given a vision of how Sri Krishna's birth takes place in the golden age. There, everything happens according to the laws. The word sorrow doesn't exist. Therefore, Baba says you children are given a vision of how Sri Krishna's birth takes place in the golden age. There, meaning in the golden age, everything happens according to the laws. The word sorrow doesn't exist there. It is definitely called the land of happiness. You have passed through happiness many times. You have been defeated many times. And you have also gained victory many times. Baba says you now have the awareness that Baba is teaching us. In a school, knowledge is studied. Together with that, manners are also learnt. So, Baba highlights the word school, knowledge and manners. So, in a school, knowledge is studied. Together with that, manners are also learnt. There, no one learns manners like those of Lakshmi and Narayan. It is now that you imbibe divine virtues. Praise is also sung of them, full of all virtues, 16 celestial degrees full, etc. So, you now have to become like them. Baba says you children should never become distressed with this life of yours, because this life has been praised as the life like a diamond. You have to take care of it. If you are healthy, you have to continue to listen to this knowledge. Baba says you can still listen during illness. You can also remember the Father. For however many days that you live here, you will remain happy. You will continue to earn an income and you will continue to settle your accounts. Some children ask, Baba, when will the golden age come? This is a very dirty world. The Father says, first of all, at least make your stage karmatit. Continue to make as much effort as possible. Children should be taught, remember Shiv Baba. This is unadulterated remembrance. Baba says to perform devotion of one Shiva is unadulterated worship, Sato Pradhan devotion. Let's hear that again. Baba says to perform devotion of one Shiva is unadulterated worship, Sato Pradhan devotion. Then to remember the deities is Sato devotion. The Father says, whilst standing and sitting, remember me, the Father. Only the children call out, Hey purifier, Hey liberator, Hey guide. It is souls who say this. Children remember Baba. The Father now reminds you how you have been remembering me. So once the children remember Baba, the Father now reminds us how you have been remembering me. Hey remover of sorrow, bestower of happiness, come and free us from sorrow. Liberate us. Take us to the land of peace. The Father says, I shall take you to the land of peace, but I shall not accompany you to the land of happiness. So Baba says, I shall take you to the land of peace, but I shall not accompany you to the land of happiness. So Baba will come and take us to Shanti Dham, but he will not come with us to Sukh Dham. It is only now that I give you company. I take all souls home. I give you my company now in this study, and you then accompany me back home. That's all. So what is Baba saying? I give you my company now, meaning in this confluence age, during this study, and you then accompany me back home. That's all. I sit here and give my introduction to you children very clearly. To the extent that each of you makes effort, accordingly you will then attain your reward there. Meaning we will get our reward in Satyug for the efforts which we put here in the confluence age, in Sangam Yuga. The Father gives you a lot of understanding. Remember me as much as possible and your sins will be absolved, and you will receive wings with which to fly. A soul doesn't have wings like those wings. So Baba clarifies that a soul doesn't have wings like those wings. A soul is a tiny point. No one knows how a part is fixed in a soul for 84 births. Neither does anyone have recognition of souls, nor does anyone have recognition of the Supreme Soul. This is why the Father says, no one can know me as I am, what I am. Only from me can my creation and I be known. So what is Baba saying? No one can know me as I am or what I am. Only from me can my creation and I be known. Only I come and give my introduction to you children. I also explain to you what a soul is. This is called soul realization. So what is soul realization? Baba says no one can know me as I am, what I am. Only from me can my creation and I be known. Only I come and give my introduction to you children. I also explain to you what a soul is. This is called soul realization. Each soul resides in the middle of a forehead. They say an amazing and unique star sparkles in the middle of the forehead. However, what is this soul? No one knows this at all. When someone says that he would like to have a vision of a soul, explain to him. You say that there is a star in the middle of the forehead. What is the purpose of seeing a star? That is, a dot, that is tilak, is also shown as a star they also show a star in the middle of the crescent, that is moon, middle of the crescent moon. In fact, each soul is a star. The Father has now explained, you are stars of this knowledge. The sun, the moon and the stars are the lamps that light the stage. They are not deities. So, in Bhakti Marg, we start worshipping the sun, the moon and the stars. Baba says, you are the stars of this knowledge. The sun, the moon and the stars are the lamps that light the stage. They are not deities. On the path of devotion, they also offer water to the sun. This Baba also used to do everything on the path of devotion. Now, Shiv Baba is talking about Brahma Baba, that this Baba also used to do everything on the path of devotion. He used to say, salutations to the deity sun, salutations to the deity moon, and then make an offering of water to the sun. All of that belongs to the path of devotion. Baba says this one has performed a great deal of devotion. The number one worthy of worship, one, then became the number one worshipper. Baba says numbers have to be taken into account, just as there are numbers in the rosary of Rudra. This one has performed the most devotion. So Baba is talking about, Shiv Baba is talking about Brahma Baba. The Father now says, young and old, it is now everyone's stage of retirement. I will now take everyone back and you won't return here at all. The things they depict in the scriptures, such as annihilation taking place, the world flooding, and Sri Krishna arriving on a people leaf, do not really happen like that. The Father explains that it is not a matter of an ocean. There it is a palace of a womb where a baby lives very happily. Here it is called the jail of a womb. It is in a womb that one receives the punishment for sins. However, the Father says, Man Manabhav, remember me. If people ask at the exhibition, why aren't there any other religions shown in the picture of the ladder? Tell them, those of other religions don't take 84 births. So, what must we clarify during the exhibition? Those of other religions don't take 84 births. All the other religions are shown in the tree. You can calculate for yourself from that how many births you will take. You have to show the ladder of 84 births. Everything else is shown in the tree and the cycle. Everything is explained in them. When you look at a map, your intellect understands where London is, where such and such a city is. The Father makes it so easy for you to explain. Show everyone how the cycle of 84 births turns. So we must explain the Srishti Chakra to everyone. Baba says, show everyone how the cycle of 84 births turns. Now, if you want to become Sato Pradhan from Tamo Pradhan, then remember the unlimited Father and you will become pure. Then, having become pure, you will go into the pure world. This is not a difficult matter. Whatever time you have, remember the Father. That will then become a powerful habit. So, Baba says, whatever time you have, remember the Father. That will then become a powerful habit. Even if you were to walk to Delhi whilst in remembrance of the Father, you wouldn't have any tiredness. Since Delhi is the capital, Baba is giving an example. Even if you were to walk to Delhi whilst in remembrance of the Father, you wouldn't have any tiredness. If there is true remembrance, the consciousness of the body would be broken. Then there wouldn't be tiredness. Those who come at the end will go even faster in having remembrance. Acha, to you sweetest, beloved, long lost and now found children, love, remembrance and good morning from the Father, from the Mother, the Father, Bap Dada. The spiritual Father says Namaste to you spiritual children, and we the spiritual children also say Namaste to our spiritual Father. Today's essence for Dharana has 2 points. The first point, stay in the unadulterated remembrance of the one Father and finish all consciousness of your body. Make effort to become karmatit. For as long as you reside in that body, you have to accumulate an imperishable income. Second point, become a knowledgeable soul and serve others. Baba says, imbibe whatever you hear from the Father and then relate it to others. donate the 5 vices, and become free from the omens of Rahu. Today's blessing: may you be courageous and make the land fruitful with your constant and stable stage in following one direction. Let's hear the blessing of Satgurubar again. Baba says, may you be courageous and make the land fruitful with your constant and stable stage in following one direction. Baba explains, when you children become courageous with your constant and stable stage in following one direction as a gathering, when you remain engaged in doing just one task, you will constantly remain in blossom and the land will also become fruitful. Nowadays, through science, you plant something and immediately receive the fruit of it. In the same way, with the power of silence, you will easily and quickly see revelation. So, Baba is comparing science and silence and says, nowadays through science, you plant something and immediately receive the fruit of it. In the same way, with the power of silence, you will easily and quickly see revelation. When you remain free from obstacles and are merged in the love for the one Father, when you follow the directions of the One and are constant and stable, many other souls will automatically cooperate with you and the land will become fruitful. Finally, the slogan for today: those who consider their arrogance to be their pride cannot remain humble. Slogan once again: those who consider their arrogance to be their pride cannot remain humble. Acha, Om Shanti. In the Avyakt Ishare for the month, have love for solitude and imbibe unity and concentration. Today's Avyakt Ishara is: be in solitude and also have just as much of an entertaining nature. In these two words, there is a great difference. That is, being in solitude as well as having an entertaining nature. Baba says there's a great difference, but in the stage of perfection, these two stages should be equal. To the extent that you remain in solitude, to that extent also remain entertaining and jovial. Your entertaining nature should not disappear when in solitude. Both should be equal at the same time. One moment be in solitude and the next moment be jovial and entertaining. To the extent that you are mature and serious, to that extent also remain harmonious. To be harmonious means one who is harmonious in nature and sanskars. Acha, Om Shanti.